Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live from our studios in Trinidad. This is Live with Tao. Visualize the whole world burning to ashes. Visualize the whole world is burning to ashes. In anything, there are two shores. Life is a flow, it flows. For it to flow, there needs two shores, near shore and far shore. In the process of spiritual development, there are two, master and the disciple. So we take it for granted that disciple's effort is the near shore and master's effort is the far shore. In your love life, there is no definite near and far shore. The man can become the near shore, or the woman can become the near shore. How to become near shore? This is very important. The entire process of spiritual development is how to become a near shore. You have eyes to see, nose to smell, ears to hear, skin to touch, and the tongue to speak. Whenever any circumstance and situation comes, do all these faculties bring a solitary truth? For example, take it for example. You have a dish in front of you. Eyes are seeing the dish. The nostril is smelling it. So eyes bring information. Nostril brings another smell. And if it is coming in a particular way, then a sound is coming through the ears. Is there harmony between what eyes see, what nostril smells, what the ears hear? You see a person. First, the image is formed in you, eyes. Then you get the smell of that person. The way the person addresses you, a sound vibration comes into you. So do these things explain the solitary truth? Solitary truth means whatsoever eyes are seeing, whatsoever nose is smelling, whatsoever ears are hearing, they are all speak a solitary truth. They confirm the person that I am seeing is the same person that I am smelling, or you may be smelling your own fragrance, or you may be hearing your own sound. When you are meeting someone, so somewhere or the other in spiritual development, the disciple has to become the near shore. And the Sanatan, the Upanishads say, there every faculty has two aspects, the physical and deeper. So the prayer goes on, Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyam, may I hear from the ears that which is to be heard. Do you hear when a sound vibration comes to you, do you hear that which has to be heard, or you are hearing according to your own interpretation, your own understanding? Do you see what is to be seen? Do you smell what is to be smelled? No, it does not. And that's why there is lack of harmony. So a disciple has to establish the harmony within. And this process of becoming the harmony within, why you can't see that? Why you can't experience that harmony? Because you are not one. You are one that your eyes tell you. You are a next personality that your ears hear you. And the third is the smell. So you are many personalities. These are the identity crisis. So you have to have the harmony within. So what you hear, you are hearing the master. Certain things you like, certain things you do not like. Certain thing agrees with you, other things do not agree with you. The moment I post a photograph of Lalaji, all those who are there are certain people, they will not like any of my message. But the moment that Lalaji's photograph is posted, like from all around, like the flies, they gather. But when there is any other thing, whether it is tasty or not, flies come, ants come when there is something sweet dish on the counter. If it is a savory dish, neither the ants will not come. So these who call themselves so-called followers, they only come when there is a post, just like ants gather around basically a sweet dish. So Lalaji's image comes like a sweet dish and all the ants gather around. If it is a savory dish, no matter how savory it is, ants will not gather around a samosa or something else. They will only gather around the sweet dish. So when you are listening to me, you are like an ant. If something appeals to you, you will gather. More ants come, more flies gather if there is they smell something sweet fragrance. If not, they will not come. So you have not utilized your faculty of seeing, hearing, touch, skin in harmony with one another. These are only operating as through their physical presence, the physical eyes. You do not know the inner eye. So disciple has to develop the inner eye, the inner ears, the inner smell. Then in a way he becomes the near shore. In your love life, a man can become the near shore. Journey can begin from the man's side, or it can begin from the side of the woman. And when the near shore is attained, you have become the near shore. The other shore becomes easier for the other shore to come into. And without these two shores, near and far, the river bed, the bed of tawajjo, the bed of love is not formed. Love is flute-like. It is like water, it is flowing. It cannot flow if there is no water. And then when you are flowing into that between these two shores, near and far, man and a woman, master and disciple, you are the one who is going to taste a particular dish. So you are the near shore, the dish is the far shore. And when you are one, you think that the dish is looking good but not tasting good. It may happen. Or it is not looking good, the look is not good. So you will not taste it. Sometimes the look may be deceptive. So what these chefs, Muslims, during the Mughal period, they have nothing to do. So they will invite someone. They will make a savory dish that is looking exactly like a sweet dish. So you think by looks that it is a sweet dish, but it is savory. The color combination, the smell and everything is put in that way. And sometimes you think it is a sweet dish, but it is not sweet, it is savory. Sometimes this is what is called hallucination. In desert there is a mirage. When the sunlight falls on the sand particles, it appears that there is water, but it is not there. So this is what happens. When you are one within, then the other shore, if you are seeking for a beloved or a lover, then the other shore will become the lover, or the beloved will become the other shore. When the two shores are together, running parallel to one another, the two shores are not separate, they are connected to one another through the bed of love, where the energy of love flows, where the energy of tawajjuh flows. It is easier for you to swim, for if there is a riverbed is dry, you will not be able to swim. So you can easily swim from this shore to the other and from other to this. And this becomes a ferry. You are taking the ferry from this shore, certain passengers from this shore to the other, bringing from the other shore to this shore. In love, what are these? These emotions, these feelings become the passengers. You are taking this from this shore where you are to the other shore. Let them visit the other shore. Your emotions are flowing through the bed of the river from your shore to the shore of your beloved or your lover, and coming back. After analyzing, after getting a trip from your shore to the other shore. So what happens? They get the experience of the two shores. Whatever is on this shore and whatever is on the other shore. You come to know how does a woman thinks about. You know how you as a man thinks about. Man's thinking is totally different. The women's thinking is different. So when you are free to move from one shore to another, you will come to know how does a woman thinks about it and how does a man thinks about it. In the act of love making, you are only concerned with how you feel, not how the other feels. And the riverbed, the life will not flow until there is a freedom to move from one shore to the another. In spirituality, it's the same thing. I had spoken on the lying down and visualize that the fire is raising from your toes and is rising up. So, in that case, all that is superfluous in you is burning. Superfluous in you is burning. There is coming the all that is superfluous. When ornament is to be made, gold has to pass through the fire. In that, all the impurities of the gold are burned, and thereafter, whatever is needed to be added, then the ornament is crafted. So, when what is to be burned, the unnecessary, the superficial, the ego, the identity crisis, is burned to ashes, you are pure like gold. It's only the superficial burns, the body burns, but not the consciousness burns. Consciousness is the purest thing that you have, not that. So then the ornament can be crafted. So Master can design you, develop you, craft you in such a way that it becomes totally unbelievable. When you look at the life before meeting the Master and after meeting the Master, you are sometimes surprised even to know how things have changed around you and in you, because you have been put through this process of burning through the fire, and in that the superficial burns, your ego, your identity crisis, all that you had considered up to now, right? And your purity starts manifesting. Only when the superficial gold passes through this fire, then and only then it can be crafted into a beautiful ornament, not before that. So Master, so the first shore, this is the first shore, the gold burning into ashes. Burning, so ashes burning into ashes means whatsoever is superficial in you, your body is superficial, your emotions, your feelings, your eyes, your ears, not your eyes and ears are superficial. The way you look at your eyes, through your eyes, that is no wonder why the sages of the scriptures have said, may I see that which is worth seeing, may I hear that is worth hearing. So worth hearing is the purified vision of the eyes. This comes, the gold was same, but it was mixed with superficial. Because of that, the intrinsic quality of gold was not known to you. Now when the superficial is burned, then you know the purity of the gold. So when the superficial in your eyes are burned, then you see the intrinsic quality of eyes, what eyes are capable of, what ears are capable of, what nose, nostril is capable of. Near shore is attained. Then and only then the other shore comes in. So in each aspect, the other shore and near shore are different, but the very concept of the other shore and near shore remains the same. In love, in master-disciple relationship. So this meditation technique, I had first shore was feel that the fire is rising up from toes and reaching higher up until it reaches to the end, to the crown. So everything in that process that is superficial is burned into ashes. Now the other shore. How the other shore will happen? Because there is no individuality in it. It is within you. The near and far shores are within you. Meditation connects your inner shore and the outer shore together into being oneness. So now you visualize the whole universe is burning into ashes. So you have established the harmony within. With that, whatsoever you hear, then only then you can understand this statement that God is omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. Otherwise, you can see only God in you but not in the other. This is what is the identity crisis. Whatsoever my religion tells me is right, its message, words of God, and whatsoever others say is not. And that creates many atrocities. The whole humanity is suffering because of those, has suffered because of that identity crisis. So you have not understood the meaning of the word. God is omniscient, omnipresent. Whatsoever you are saying, God is present in that. But whatsoever your spouse is saying, it is not omnipresent. God is not omnipresent. Through you, God is speaking, but not through your spouse. Through your religious preceptors, God is speaking, not through the religious speakers of the other religion. Whatsoever you are saying is the word of God. Whatsoever he is saying is the word of devil. This is identity crisis. You talk about God is omnipresent, but you do not know. And the same thing, God is omniscient, you have heard it. You only in your perspective, God is omniscient, but in the perspective of the other, God is not omniscient. You are saying, because the other is in your perception, God is not present in that. God is not speaking through that person. Whatsoever the person is saying is the devil is speaking. So the God in you is seeing that. But God in the other is not seeing that. Because there is no God. It is the devil who is seeing in you. And isn't it what is happening around us? And that has created a mess in the entire universe, in the world. So first you have to experience one way, then you have to experience the whole world, the atrocities, the superfluous in everyone. So this can happen one by one. You visualize yourself, then you visualize all the superficial in your spouse is set to fire. And with that, the entire universe. So your way of looking at the universe and the other will change. Everybody wants the other to change. The husband wants wife to change, wife wants husband to change, but nobody really changes. And the battle of wits continues, because each one of you pretend that you are divine, the other is devil. God is present in you, but not omnipresent. God is not omniscient, he is seer only, seeing you, through you, but not through the other. So the word omni has to be removed. Omnipresent. God is present in me, not in she. God is seeing through me, not through her. God is all strength in me, not in her. Is it not the way that has put you into separation and trouble, the religious atrocities? Introspect on that. Only then, when the near and far shore are embedded into together. They are separate, yet still they are connected through the energy, through the flow of the water, through the flow of love, through the flow of tawajjuh between these two shores. The water that is flowing, the love that is flowing in the bed that is formed by near and far shore, the male and female, the energy that is flowing between the two is touching this shore and that shore both. And from this shore you can swim to the other shore, and the other can swim from the shore that the person is to your shore. Only then you are flowing along the stream of love, and you allow the stream to take you wherever it wants to take you. You are not going upstream, but in general you are going upstream. You are going again. So this will come in a spiritual field. We call it near shore, as in Sufi terminology. The near shore we call it Fanafiyul Sheikh. Fanafiyul Sheikh. The other shore, the far shore, we call it Fanafiyul Murid. And when these two shores are embedded, the river bed form, the bed of tawajjuh form, the energy flows connecting the near and far shore. Then comes Bakabi Allah. You live by the divine will. Let thy will prevail. Not before that. Only you can pretend, you can say in relation to you, but not otherwise. The harmony will not establish. So enough for now. Introspect until I come back to speak to you again. Take care.